5:25 and new this morning, it's the end of an era for a beloved local pharmacy.
So the Stanton-Negley Drug Company is closing its doors at the end of the month after more than 100 years in business. The independent pharmacy is at the corner of Stanton and Negley Avenues right there in Highland Park. You've probably seen it if you're ever driven through there. The closing comes during growing challenges in the pharmacy industry, including rising costs and reduced reimbursement rates. Point Park University is dealing with a registration boom ahead of the fall semester. In fact, they're preparing to welcome one of its largest ever freshman classes, and they don't have enough room to house them all. So for now, freshmen will be living at the Wyndham Grand Hotel right in front of Point State Park in downtown Pittsburgh. The school says that students will not have to pay any extra fees.
Now, this housing overflow is not just an issue for Point Park. We told you not long ago the University of Pittsburgh is also putting students in off-campus hotels and apartments this fall. The university reserved 400 beds at several apartment buildings as well as nearby hotels. Pitt says that those facilities do meet their standards for safety, they have amenities, and they do have access to campus resources.
All right, ahead in our next half hour, an all-new why local hospital is now deciding to step up security.
Plus, a card skimmer spotted at a local grocery store. The customer is now being asked to check their bank accounts.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making the recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
71, mostly cloudy skies at 5:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. We begin this morning with a message from the National Weather Service. They're saying that fog is reducing visibility this morning. In fact, some areas are locally dense fog, and they expect that to continue early this morning. Visibility could get down to as low as a quarter of a mile or less. A man taken to a hospital in critical condition last night following a late-night shooting in McKeesport. Few details are available, but Allegheny County Police say a 911 call about the shooting around 9:30 p.m. reported gunfire in the 700 block of 6th Street. First responders say the man was shot several times. In Harrisburg, House Democrats on 2 committees killed bills passed by Senate Republicans the day before. One was a plan to inject almost $600 million into mass transit over 2 years. The measure included $40 million for Pittsburgh Regional Transit, which would help the agency avoid significant service cuts. The other bill was a $47.6 billion spending plan, about $3 billion less than the House legislation calls for. This year's budget is now 45 days overdue, but state lawmakers left the Capitol Wednesday and are not scheduled to return until September. Because funding is being delayed, schools and nonprofits are tapping reserves and taking on debt or finding other ways to operate. A former state representative says the budget stalemate could have political repercussions. Allegheny County Democrat Nick Kotick told KDKA's Rob Pratt his party could continue to lose rank-and-file voters.
They're not the wild-eyed liberals that Bernie Sanders promotes of what the government's going to do everything for everybody. They're going to give everything away for free, and it's not going to cost the average person anything. The billionaires are going to pay for all these governmental programs, and the average person, Democrat like myself and a lot of other Democrats, know this is baloney.
10 years ago, Democrats had a 1 million registered voter advantage over Republicans, but as of last month, that's down to 59,000. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Milwaukee thumped the Pirates 12-5 Wednesday for a sweep and the Brewers' 12th win in a row. KDKA Radio News Time 5:32. Time to call Botkin Family Wealth Management, a local veteran-owned independent financial and planning and investment firm. Our next update at 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high healthcare insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement healthcare needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. At Morgan & Morgan, we don't back down. We fight to get you every dollar you deserve. No curveballs, no strikeouts, just results. That's why we've recovered over $25 billion for our clients and fight for them from offices nationwide. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA traffic powered by Bowser Genesis of Monroeville. Here's Ellen Gamble.
All right. Thank you much, Paul. And as we've been looking out live over the area roads for the Thursday morning commute, noticing some heavy and slow traffic for you on the outbound or airport bound Parkway West. And so with the PennDOT cameras, we're able to see that crews are working in those outbound lanes as you approach the Campbell's Run area. And that's causing some slow traffic through the I-79 interchange. Now, according to PennDOT, and weather might have gotten in the way of this getting completed on time, they were to be reverting the travel lanes on the westbound or outbound side back to their normal configuration by yesterday morning. Now, we did have some storms going into yesterday morning, so it looks like crews are still out there this morning. We'll certainly let you know if that continues through the morning rush hour. Right now, the inbound side's rolling well. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:45. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Areas of low clouds and fog for a while this morning, then some sun later today. Warm and still rather humid. There could be a shower or thunder shower this afternoon, mainly over the Laurels, the high 86. Partly cloudy tonight, though 64. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And there are areas of fog at 71 at Pittsburgh International.
It's the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. It is August 14th. I'm Larry Richert along with Eckerman, Paul Rasmussen, AAA's Ellen Gamble with traffic, meteorologist Jill Lundberg at AccuWeather headquarters, and there she is, our producer Aaron Ferragonio. You mentioned something in your newscast at the end about the Pirates. They were swept by the Brewers yesterday. The game heard right here, 12-5. And do you know what happens in Milwaukee now? Everybody in the city gets a free hamburger. Apparently.
No.
Yes.
Really?
There's a chain in Wisconsin called George Webb. I don't know who George Webb was. I assume he was a prominent,
hamburger maker.
Yeah. George Webb in the 1940s said that the Milwaukee Braves would win 12 games, according to the history. And if they did, he'd give everyone free hamburgers. So I don't know how they're going to figure this out, but it happened at the hands of the Pirates.
Yeah. This is the second time this year the Brewers have had a double-digit win streak, by the way. And that doesn't happen very often either.
12 straight wins. So if you're heading to Milwaukee, I guess you get a free hamburger. I don't know how that works today, but boy, the Pirates looked awful in this series.
Those two teams, to me, look like the best example I could give of a couple of ball clubs that are going in the very opposite direction. They've got a lot in common, but they're going different places.
Yeah, Milwaukee, population-wise, is smaller than we are. So that's a small market team.
And their payroll's only about $30 million more than what the Pirates are spending. So something very unique is happening there that's not happening here.
Something's funny lunch meat. Somebody texted and said, "Hey, Larry, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are practicing at Carnegie Mellon University yesterday." And somebody told him, "No way. They're not coming here till Saturday." Way. They're already here. They've infiltrated the city.
I wonder why.
They're going to have a joint practice with the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
And then play the game on Saturday night at 7. You want to go to the game, Aaron?
As per usual, I feel like I always have these pre-booked. I'm going to...
Another wedding, tell me.
No, thank goodness it's not that. It's not that, but I'll be watching. I'm going to a concert in Cleveland on Friday.
Who?
Neil Young? Is that... No?
Neil Young?
Wow.
Is that... Yeah.
Are you serious?
He's an oldie but goodie guy.
Yeah, Vinny's an old soul, and he's been saying, we got to see these guys while they're still...
Before they croak. That's nice.
So, yeah, he loves him, and he's in Cleveland on Friday, and then we'll stay with my sister.
I actually saw Neil Young. He was part of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, but I saw him as a solo act at Starlake one year. And this is before medical marijuana and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the concert started, and it smelled like someone lit a bale of hay under the seats.
You're like...
Be careful. Oh, wait a minute. Weed is legal in Ohio.
I'm sure we might smell it.
Be careful. Here's Neil Young. This is...
Wow.
Actually, that's Neil Young and the Blue Notes.
Yeah, I've had to do my homework because I don't know his songs like Benny does.
That's really not a... What would be one of Neil Young's most popular songs?
Well, I think Heart of Gold is the big not top 40 one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I got this. I got the Bee Gees. That's not going to help you. I'll find one.
He has an album that was really successful that didn't have that song on it. Comes a Time, which came out in the late 70s. And there's a lot of great songs on that one.
Yeah, he is.
And then Harvest Moon that came out, decades later was also really well received. He's got range. I mean, he doesn't do just one sound, does he?
No, he is an extraordinarily gifted songwriter, too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, he's not exactly the best crooner just for pure voice, but for what he writes.
His voice is different like Bob Dylan's voice is different to me.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice trip.
That is actually. It's good comparison. So I'm excited.
I'll be interested to hear your review when you come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neil Young. Wow.
Right. It was random. I don't know what I said. I think I was talking about Ohio, and my sister and Vinny just looked up concerts in the area. He's like, Neil Young, we have to go to this. So,
well, wait a minute. That's Friday night. The Steeler game's Saturday night.
I know. We're staying in Cleveland Friday night with my sister. So
you have people everywhere. You've been all over the country.
I'm over it, to be quite frank.
Is there a weekend where you could just stay home?
Hopefully all of the fall, which I'm sure I'm ready.
Speaking of concerts, the life of a showgirl.
Taylor Swift.
She announced that she's releasing a new album. It's called New Heights. Is that it? And it's 49 days away. So they already have a clock started.
She's got her fans in a tizzy right now.
She wrote 12 songs, she said, and she wants it to be perfect. Let's see. Neil Young's other great part of Americana was he was a owner of Lionel Trains for many years. Big investor.
And he's from Canada, right, Neil Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from Canada. All right, what else is going on? I saw this about Spirit Airlines, and I immediately thought of Latrobe Airport and Gabe Monzo, who runs it. Just months after they came out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy, yesterday, Spirit said, warning, they have substantial doubt, that's a quote, about its ability to continue into next year. Now,
like 5 months or less, right?
Yeah. And I just flew Spirit, and it was the best Spirit Airlines experience I ever had. I thought they had their act together. They have nice aircraft. They have newer aircraft. The prices are right, and you can fly, from here nonstop to Tampa and a whole bunch of places. But from Latrobe, that's the only commercial airline. Now, they have other charter flights that go through there and some smaller, but this is the only, passenger jet of this size traffic. And they just pumped a bunch of money into fixing up their gates and TSA. I hope it doesn't happen.
Spirit was at the center of a couple of failed mergers.
Right.
First, I think it was Frontier, perhaps, and then there was JetBlue was involved. And I can't remember who wanted to swallow who, but they were making the case that they would be better off together. Alone, they might not survive. And I assume this is what Spirit was talking about at that time. So it seems like another merger is inevitable. Maybe regulators are going to have to say yes just to keep the airline going, because Spirit carries 18 million passengers a year, Larry.
Yeah. And I think at Latrobe, they need the business because that's what sustains that airport.
On the other hand, there's a new airline, Breeze Airlines. You've interviewed him on this show.
We interviewed the owner,
Mr. David Nealman.
Very good.
And what they do is they do the same thing that Spirit does. They go into markets that are underserved. So there would be a gap in the market that maybe Spirit would leave, but then someone like Breeze could step in. It would be interesting to hear what Gabe has to say about that.
Yeah, so we'll talk to Gabe Monzo in the next hour. That's a big news story for them.
It jumped out at me yesterday too, Larry.
And speaking of Breeze Airlines, talked to somebody who just flew them. Apparently their business model is they have all new aircraft. Remember when we talked to Neil, the president or the owner?
Yeah, it's a mix of Embraer 195s and Airbus A220s, and they're really nice planes.
Nonstop. Mm-hmm. First class. They have some first class seats.
They call them nicer, nice and nicest, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
something
fun.
like that. Yeah.
That's fun.
And the nicest come with seatbelts, which is comforting.
Lovely.
But
I mean, the seats up front amount to domestic first class seats.
But the prices vary, obviously, based on volume, like most airlines to some degree. But nonstop, Pittsburgh to Charleston, South Carolina, first class, Breeze, brand new aircraft, $177 one way.
Mm-hmm.
So you need, if you have family or friends in Los Angeles, now these Breeze Airlines doesn't show up in Priceline. So when you do your searches, you got to search Breeze, and then they have nonstops to LAX and unbelievable I think fares are more
You're
than
giving
fair.
people the cheat code.
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
But we'll check into Spirit coming up in the next hour. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser Genesis in Monroeville. Speaking of Spirit, she's got it. Alan Gamble.
There we go. Yay. All right.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, I forgot.
Yes.
How did the Parkway East closure go last weekend? Because I wasn't paying that close attention, to be honest.
Well, you had some time away, which was well deserved. Yeah, it made a lot of people grumpy, but folks survived it. Obviously, certainly the detour routes were clogged with cars, but so there you go. That practice run, if you will, for next year's closure for 25 days. So
I have a feeling that's just a suggestion too. It's going to end up being more, but
you know what, projects are weather dependent in a lot of ways, and so sometimes things do run longer. I think we're having that happen exactly right now, Larry, as we're looking on the outbound Parkway West. There are lane restrictions here for the overnight. Admittedly, a bit of a surprise here, and they're continuing into the morning rush hour. This is on the Parkway West right by the 79 interchange, and per PennDOT, they were supposed to have things reverted back to the normal pre-project traffic restrictions and lane patterns there. But crews are out and about working right now, and that's causing some delays as you approach the I-79 interchange on the Parkway West. So please leave extra travel time as you're headed there. Parkway on the inbound side is just slow right before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 5:55. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And we do have some ground fog in areas, so the National Weather Service after some thunderstorm activity. Now, if you were in one, at one point they were severe in nature. National Weather Service posted that. And what about the drought? Not everybody got enough rain, even the areas that did have some heavy downpours. We'll check in with the National Weather Service coming up right after the news at the top of the hour with Paul Rasmussen. Right now, 71 degrees, looking for a high of 86 with some sunshine, but still humid.
Listen to the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
5:50 at News Radio KDKA. From the KDKA Radio News Desk, here's a look ahead at the 6 o'clock news with Paul Rasmussen.
There is a probe underway now at the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works. Federal authorities are in there having a look around, and then we have a GoFundMe to tell you about that's being run by union members in support of the victims and their families. But the details at 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
YouTube has begun testing a new feature that it says will predict a user's age. The company said the new feature, which uses artificial intelligence, will automatically determine if someone is under 18. YouTube said the feature is intended to provide better protection for younger users. Amazon is now rolling out a service where its Prime members can now order their blueberries and milk at the same time as basic items like batteries and T-shirts and get them within hours. The retail giant added that customers in more than 1,000 cities now have access to fresh groceries with its free same-day delivery service on orders over $25 for Prime members, with plans to reach over 2,300 cities and towns by the end of the year. Cisco beat by a penny on earnings and reported revenue that was slightly above projections. The forecast for the new fiscal year was about in line with estimates. CEO Chuck Robbins touted more artificial intelligence-related orders from major web companies. I'm Nicole Murray on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Home title theft. It's on the rise and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
News, information, conversation. Larry Richert in the Big K Morning Show. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Time for the Big K Morning Show birthdays on this August 14th. Let's see what we got here today, Aaron. Oh, I know this one really well. By the way, if you were born in 1960, happy 65th from MediConnect Medicare Made Simple. I think we talked about Halle Berry just the other day. She's now 59 years old. In 2002, she was the first black woman to win a Best Actress Oscar for playing a widow of a death row inmate in Monsters Ball.
These are my husband's drawings right here. Lawrence, my husband, he got himself electrocuted over there in Jackson.
He got himself electrocuted.
Yeah, co-star was Billy Bob Thornton. It's kind of a hard movie to watch, but the performances are off the scale.
I've heard great things, but never watched it fully through.
What is the other she's next, Halle Berry movie that she was nominated for an Oscar too?
Oh, there's been so many. I can't remember.
Was she Catwoman at one point?
Yes, I think that's right.
She was Storm in a superhero movie.
She even did a Bond film at one point.
Wow.
Bond, James Bond. You know who's 80 today? Steve Martin, who has been around, obviously, a long time, but he did so many different kinds of things. He made movies, Saturday Night Live. He would multiple appearances. Pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
Author Danielle Steele is 78. I've seen a lot of women reading those novels. Cartoonist Gary Larson is 75.
Is that the Far Side guy? I think that's right. Well,
Magic Johnson is 66. Opera singer Sarah Brightman is 65. She qualifies for Medicare today. Remember Tim Tebow?
Sure.
Throwback to him.
38.
Yeah, he did a number on the Steelers. It was unexpected in the playoffs.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Also, what books were you talking about?
Danielle Steele. Have you ever seen
steamy romance novels?
I've probably heard of them when they were in their prime.
I'm guessing you know women who have read them.
Oh, I mean, just like 50 Shades of Grey, it just goes boom.
Yeah. Good thing I'm colorblind. Is it Mila Kunis?
Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm. 42 today. She's the voice of Meg, Family Guy. She's also known as Jackie, The 70s Show. She's been in a lot of shows.
She's married to Ashton Kutcher.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were on that show together.
Steven, I'm here to tell you I've made my decision. I choose you.
Oh, I choose you. I remember when Marty said that to me.
Wow,
Whoa.
that must have been one really awkward moment.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't say that. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, powered by Bowser Genesis of Monroeville, here's Ellen. I choose you, Ellen, for traffic. God bless you.
Well, I appreciate all of that. So we're getting reports here, guys, of an accident on 79 northbound, and this is just as you approach the Parkway West interchange. That is just coming to us right now. So obviously we'll have more details for you in our next update. But right now on 79 northbound near the Parkway West interchange, please do watch out for first responders headed to the scene there. The outbound Parkway West through the 79 interchange is being clogged up by some construction zone lane restrictions. We have reached out to PennDOT to understand what's going on with that project. Our understanding was those outbound lane configurations were to revert to the normal traffic patterns by this time yesterday morning. So perhaps delayed by weather, but we're going to find out for you and let you know. Just leave some extra travel time if you're headed in that direction. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s at 6:05. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-240-1465. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-240-1465.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465 or oxcarcare.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
70 with fog at Pittsburgh International. 6 o'clock now. I'm Paul Rasmussen, and that fog is reducing visibility this morning. In some areas, it can be as dense with visibility down to 1/4 of a mile or less. The National Weather Service says this fog is expected to dissipate between sunrise and 9 a.m. A U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board team is now investigating Monday's deadly explosion at U.S. Steel's Clairton Coke Works. Will Steiner told KDKA-TV the work his agency does is important.
Because if we do it correctly, we can issue recommendations that will improve the safety of all the workers at these sites.
In past investigations, Steiner said the board has recommended more federal oversight. It could take 18 months or more until the agency finishes its report, but updates are expected in a few months. Members of the United Steelworkers have set up a GoFundMe to help the victims of Monday's blast. Zach Mainhart works at the plant and says union members want to help the families of all the victims.
First initial thing was, hey, let's start a GoFundMe, ask for donations, and give it back to the families because they need help right now and they're going to need help in the future.
Mainhart says the fundraiser is close to its $30,000 goal, but they'll be happy if it exceeds that amount. He's also asking people to share the GoFundMe on social media. A man was taken to a hospital in critical condition following a late-night shooting in McKeesport. Few details are available, but Allegheny County Police say a 911 call about the shooting around 9:30 p.m. reported gunfire in the 700 block of 6th Street. First responders say the man was shot several times. Stanton Negley Drug is closing at the end of August. There's a sign on the door of the East End Independent Pharmacy notifying customers business will end on Saturday the 30th. On that day, Stanton Negley will finish a long run. The Pittsburgh Business Times reports it was incorporated in 1882. Pharmacies are operating in a difficult environment as health insurers and pharmacy benefit managers are making reimbursements on medications unprofitable. In Harrisburg, House Democrats on two committees killed bills passed by Senate Republicans the day before. One was a plan to inject almost $600 million into mass transit over 2 years. The measure included $40 million for Pittsburgh Regional Transit, which would help the agency avoid significant service cuts. The other bill was a $47.6 billion spending plan, about $3 billion less than the House legislation calls for. This year's budget is now 45 days overdue. State lawmakers left the Capitol Wednesday and are not scheduled to return until September. And because now funding is delayed, schools and nonprofits are tapping reserves, taking on debt, or finding other ways to operate. A former state representative says the budget stalemate could have political repercussions. Allegheny County Democrat Nick Kotick told KDKA's Rob Pratt his party could continue to lose rank-and-file voters.
They're not the wild-eyed liberals that Bernie Sanders promotes of what the government's going to do everything for everybody. They're going to give everything away for free, and it's not going to cost the average person anything. The billionaires are going to pay for all these governmental programs, and the average person, Democrat like myself and a lot of other Democrats, know this is baloney.
10 years ago, Democrats had a 1 million registered voter advantage over Republicans, but as of last month, that's down to 59,000. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000 and by Coons Quality Foods, your Pittsburgh hometown grocery. Mitch Keller lasted only 4 innings, allowing 8 runs on 6 hits as the Pirates were blown out by the Brewers 12-5 Wednesday. KDKA Radio News Time, 6:04. Time to call Metropolitan Windows. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. 70 with fog in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
This report brought to you by American Cancer Society.
6:05, KDKA from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.